Yo, what's up? It's Coach E here from Precision Movement, and today I've got a 4-way wrist flexor stretch for you, okay? And I say stretch in quotes because it's not really a stretch, but it's an exercise that's gonna build strength as well as mobility, okay? So if you're looking to mobilize the wrist flexors and to lengthen the wrist flexors, then we're gonna use this technique. And the technique, I actually call it the wrist extended flare ERA sequence, okay? And this technique is from a course that I've released called Upper Limb Control. That's all about fixing up and improving the wrists, hands, fingers, forearms, and the elbows. So if you've got any problems like golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, sprained wrists that haven't recovered fully, then check out this course, and I'll throw a link to the course at the end of the video where you can learn more. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, let's get to the technique. In this video, we're going to go through the extended flare ERA sequence. So ERA stands for end range activation, and this is to develop strength in all of the muscles that control a range of motion, specifically the end range of motion. Okay, so it's the stabilizers, the prime movers, the synergists, the antagonists, all the muscles of an end range that can have any influence at that end range. Okay, so let me show you what's going on. This is the extended flare. So extended flare, okay, wrist extension, flared fingers, ERA sequence. So you're going to start. I'll break it down after I show you a quick demo. Okay, so that's one cycle. Obviously, you can't really see what I'm doing there, so just wanted to give you that visualization so we get that aspect of the brain working where you're picturing what to do and thinking about what to do. Now, I'm going to tell you what to do. So extended flare, we're going to start with the elbow at 90 degrees, extend the wrist, and flare the fingers. Okay, so you might have one, like my pinky finger on this side is always a little more problematic to straighten out, so you might have to focus in one area more so than others. Okay, so we're in extended flare. Now, the end range activation sequence, first we're going to hit the muscles that move us into that range, which are the wrist extensors. Okay, so we're going to push down right kind of on the middle metacarpal, on the dorsal aspect of the middle metacarpal. I'm going to push down and hold for 5 seconds, not allowing anything to change. So what's going to happen is you're going to feel a lot of burning in this area, okay? So you do 5 seconds, and then we go to the muscles that get me out of that range. So the flexors, okay, the wrist flexors. So we're here, we push down, okay? So in that end range, we're working so far the extensors, the flexors, so 5 seconds there, and then we go radial deviators, so I'm pushing to the side. So I'm trying to push my wrist that way, okay? I'm trying to push it that way, but I'm resisting that force. So I'm here, I'm going to push to the side and resist that force. So this is going to fire up the radial deviators. Okay, 5 seconds there, and then ulnar deviators for 5 seconds. Okay, so that way we're basically working all of the muscles in a 360-degree around the wrist, so that all those muscles have strength and control at this end range. And that is the best way to improve that end range, okay? So other exercises, we focus on mobilizing in phase 1 of upper limb. We focus on mobilizing into extension. Now we're locking in that end range so that any gains that we made in mobility in terms of extension, now we can lock those in by strengthening all the muscles around that joint. Okay, so that's the extended flare ERA sequence. This is going to really help you to lock in that end range so that we have not only range of motion, but range of control.